Alright, what's poppin'? Let's get it going. Let's see, let's get a file name. Let's just go with first. Alright, let's get right into it. How's everybody doing today? Let me know if you see any problems with the stream. Did quite a bit of testing beforehand, but you know, things can get pretty unpredictable out here. It's my birthday. Boy, that's two Clumpianos. Does everything look nice to everybody? There's the lag. Everything looks okay. The first part of this game can get pretty boring. It's a little tough to grind out sometimes, but after about 50 minutes, it gets real hyphy.
Hi.
I haven't played this game in like a week, 2 weeks. This will double as a, you know, a Derust stream. That's what we'll call it. Can everybody hear me okay? I don't want to be too loud, but I also don't want to be too quiet. Don't want to burst anybody's eardrums out here. quick. I'll also play. Let me know if that's any better. I increased my mic volume. Gave it some gain. Alright, cool. The game's in Spanish because on it's the fastest text language on that you can select on North American Wii U's. In most games it would be Japanese, but Japanese is actually the slowest on this because for whatever reason they just program the text to move faster in Spanish. Like it just straight up goes through. One thing I also learned a couple days ago is that usually you'd want to make your file name super small because it pops up in text boxes a lot and it saves like a minuscule amount of times. But in this game, no matter what the length of your file name is, it pops up in one frame. Like it only takes one frame to load into the text box. So you can name it whatever kind of silly shit you want. Oh shit, that's not good. That's okay. It's like 30 seconds. Most of the beginning of this game is just optimization and movement. Like there's no real glitches that you do. In fact, there's like absolutely zero until you get the grappling hook, I think. Everything else is just movement optimization. That's not bad, 3 there. If you do a jump slash and then a spin attack right as you land, you can buffer it in before you land, but it doesn't do like you would think the jump slash and the quick spin would just be added, their damage would be added, but their damage is actually like multiplied or something, so it does a ridiculous amount of damage. So optimally there, you want to just hit them both with 2 slices and then do a jump slash spin attack and they'll both die at the same time. And then while they're in their dying animations, you want to go get some rupees out of the bushes, like the one I got in the log for the sale once you get to Windfall for the first time. so you don't have to run around getting rupees. Just some small stuff like that. And a lot of this game is mashing text, which can get a little uncomfortable, but you know, we got calluses on our fingers for that. Okay. Now the game starts to get not boring. It's not as much as a snooze fest from here on out, so buckle your seatbelts. This is the easiest of the two puzzles in the pirate ship. The second one is it's kind of easy to mess up, and I've lost a lot of time on it in the past. But this one's pretty easy. So, you know, hopefully I don't make myself look like an idiot by failing it. Okay, you know, we're behind 3 seconds on possibly the worst spoils bag time I ever got, because I fell off the top of the mountain at one time. But you know, there's always room for improvement. Now this place can get pretty hyphy. There's some really neat tricks in this one. Those lights, there's a fast cycle that you can run around them. You need to get some rupees as soon as I get in here real quick. But the cycle for those lights starts as soon as you leave the puzzle room, or like when I get done the save warp. And depending on how fast you mash the text, or in English, you'll always be slower, but since the text moves faster, you'll almost always guaranteed a faster cycle. Thanks for the good luck, math girl. We're certainly gonna need it. Like these rupees out here are the last 20 that I'll be getting before I actually get to Outset Island. Which there I'll have to collect 17 more to be able to buy the sail, because you need 80. And then here is called the window jump, which you're not supposed to be able to get down there that soon, but if you take that little nice angle there, you can jump into that lower part of the thing. And right here is the only of the spotlights that you need to take out in order to finish the rest of the fortress. And then what we essentially do is the same thing, but this time you back up off the ledge and jump slash in midair, and you can get down in there. And onward through Forsaken Fortress we go. Oh, here's another neat little trick that I just learned how to do. The loading zone for this wall sticks out a little bit, so it saves just a couple frames to sidle into it like that, instead of doing the animation of Link opening the door. And that one, usually you'd have to use those barrels to walk through, like all the way, which is like really slow. But for some reason, if you pick up a barrel and put it down immediately, it reduces the radius that they'll catch you by a lot, so you can just run through the rest of the room. Same with this guy. So you can just run right by him, which makes that part like significantly faster. And here's some more movement tech. If you mash the stick to the side and twitch Link's head the way you see that he's doing right now, it's like 1 to 2 seconds faster per sidle. For reasons unknown, I have no idea why that is. Somebody knows, feel free to tell me. You have to hit that guy 5 times and do a quick spin, that's all. Fight's pretty easy. And we get a nice long cutscene. Frontier's Outset, the place where you have to get the sail, and also trigger Tingle. In the first game, Tingle gave you the Tingle Tuner, the SD version, but since the Wii U doesn't have a way to connect to a Game Boy Advance, or like nobody has a Game Boy Advance anymore, it just gives you the map and lets you pick up those bottles. It'll let you talk to other people who also play this game, which means he wouldn't be necessary for the speedrun, but he's a necessary trigger in order to leave the island. We actually got like extremely good RNG to get that many rupees out of those flowers. That means I'll only have to get 5 more after this. This goes right back down to that same pot that I just got that 5 out of. Sweet bonk. Back onto the King of Red Lions we go. Off to the first dungeon of the game. And here you'll see me opening and closing the sail. That just saves about 1 or 2 seconds per quadrant on the map, so about 2 seconds here. Outrageous time saves, let me tell you. In the old any percent / all dungeon run, you'd have to collect those rupees and play that mini game on the way here. But we don't need the Swift Sail. So thanks Barrier Skip for that one. There's also a huge bomb puzzle you need to do up here, but we're gonna skip that because we play games fast. By using this rock. Yeah, there would usually be like, I think there's like 4 or 5 giant rocks you have to blow up with bombs leading up to that part. But you can skip it using that rock. It'll let you jump off of it. After a little running around here, we'll get to go into the first dungeon. And after that, we'll get to get the first item that completely shatters the way this game is played. The grappling hook. Who knows, maybe we'll even save some time on this split. I promise we'll get green. We'll get that good green split soon enough. Alright, so the wind is on a cycle there. And I got the very, very end of that cycle. Let me tell you, that was close. But since the text is faster, you can just run her up and throw her immediately. Otherwise, she won't make it as far. Hey, look at that. There's the green split right there. We were just talking about it. Look at us saving 22 seconds. Wilding out here. Most of that time save was probably for the run that's recorded right there, not getting the cycle like I did. Which really sucks, then you just have to sit there and watch. And here I get to do my best LeBron James impression. It's lit. I didn't need to kill both of those, but that guy made me drop the stick I needed, so shout out to that guy. Up until the grappling hook is just a bunch of movement tech. There's a bunch of neat little stuff you can do in this dungeon. Okay. That was going to be one of them, but there we go. That's how it's supposed to look, in case you were wondering. And then you can roll right as that's exploding to get closer to the door. Saves probably like a second. Then you go, gotta dodge this guy. Or not. Twice. Can you tell I'm rusty? Just the... we were slow getting through that dungeon, so we missed the cycle. The cycle for these lavas, like spires or whatever you want to call them, start in the first room of the dungeon. And we were real slow. That's another nice little thing. Nice little movement tech that I can sometimes fail. You would normally just have to like crawl along the side of it, but that way you can side hop into a jump slash and it'll get you up to the necessary ledge. Wow, they stole all my shekels. Deadly accuracy with the stick throwing. Catch me at the Olympics. That was actually that was a really good room. The jump spin attacks are not quite as easy as they look. Sometimes it can be a little difficult to get it off. I also messed that up a little bit too. That spider thing can be pretty annoying. This fight can get a little messy sometimes, but for the most part, it's pretty easy. Wasn't bad. That second guy can get pretty annoying. Ooh, we saved even more time. Then we can save War back to the first room, because that's all she's gonna do. We just do a little puzzle using the grappling hook. It's faster to do this. And upcoming is the first item slide of the run, which is such a cool trick to watch. Alright. Alright, that wasn't gonna work. Don't blink, you might miss it. Alright, I'll explain that one in a bit. I have 2 more to do coming right up. Whew. Okay, so the way item sliding works is you move in the opposite of the direction you want to charge your speed in. So there you saw me move forward, and then you pause it while in a first person item. And if you hold the ESS in the opposite direction, which is just they call it the extended super slide position on the control stick, which is just outside the dead zone, where Link would like barely be moving in this situation if you were holding it while he was standing up. But he begins charging his speed back up against the wall that you saw, and if you hit B to swing your sword, it instantly translates all the speed that you built up into forward momentum. So I just built up just enough speed to go all the way across the room, just like you saw there. It's just an insane trick. Like once you start charging the speed, it like grows exponentially, and if you hold it too long you can crash the game because the number will just get too big. This fight's pretty standard. It doesn't deviate too much from the way you would do it casually. The only thing different that you do is you face, yeah, I'll show you coming up. You face this wall right here because the fire and the animation that he's doing right now would drop frames and it would lag really hard, and it just saves time to just not look at it. I'll just do it for shits and giggles, but if you watch it, you'll see the frames definitely drop. Especially during that. So, you know, we just don't look at it. that's that fight. Pretty standard. And I split way too early for that, but for consistency's sake, I split that when the killing blow is dealt, even though you're technically not supposed to do it until Din's Pearl enters your inventory in the cutscene afterwards. And for obvious reasons, you just don't pick up the heart piece because it takes time to go pick it up and click through the text. Like right there is when I would normally have split it, but you know. I accidentally split it too early the first time I ever did it. Alright, now after one small dialogue, we get to see our first item slide super swim, which is probably by far my favorite trick to have ever learned. Basically what you can do is you charge your speed up just like before, but instead of translating it to forward and dashing, you do it into a wall and then ease your way into a body of water, and it'll carry your speed over into the water and you can fly across the map in instants. It's like super crazy. And here I have to set the wind to south because once I super swim here, I have to talk to the King of Red Lions, and in order for him to let me advance, the wind has to be set to south because it's expecting you to go to the Forest Temple. All right. And that right there, that happens when there are certain islands in the game that load differently, and if you enter one of their quadrants too quickly, you'll lose all of your momentum and do that splooshing animation. And in that case, it was Fire Island, which is not an island you'll see in this run. See, right now we are absolutely flying, and that right there is great fish. And once you get into the load zone for great fish, it triggers this cutscene, which you weren't supposed to have gotten until after Forest Haven. And you saw me pausing during the super swim, and that's just to gain control of Link, because sometimes the speeds can get ridiculous. Just to line it up so I don't accidentally go into one of those quadrants I mentioned before. And then after this, I'm going to get into the King of Red Lions. And it's going to look like a soft lock, like the game is frozen. But really, he's just telling you that you can't be here right now. And then he'll swim himself over to the area you're supposed to be in right now, which will take like a minute. And right now he's telling me to set the wind to south, but since it already is, I can just ignore it. And then here he's telling me that we can't be here. And off he goes for a solid minute, and we get to look at this aesthetically pleasing bit of land. How's everybody doing today? MS percent is Master Sword percent. Usually the whole run goes all the way to the end of the game, but just for testing the stream's sake and to practice the early game, I'm just going to the Master Sword and then stopping. But yeah, now the textures on the island look really bad because the game loads stuff based on where Link is. And we're pretty far away from the island, so it goes to the low poly resolutions. I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty tired though. I had to lifeguard a birthday party earlier today. Like 20 kids. Which was fun for the most part, but it's hard to stay focused for 3 hours at a time. And there you go. You come out of the text or the little pseudo soft lock, right close to where you need to be. Because the whole objective of that workaround was to get bombs early, and this puts us right near the bombs. Because bombs make Wind Haven or Forest Haven a lot faster, like a lot faster. And this trick, this next trick coming up on the pirate ship is frame perfect and very difficult. So, you know, if you get bored, I understand, because you might watch me fail it for a while, because I haven't practiced it in a while. But you know, I'll try my best not to be bad. So basically, you have to clip in to this part of the boat using a roll. And you have to do the roll frame perfectly. It's the first frame that you regain control of Link. And you also have to let go of the stick in one frame too, or else you'll leap back in bounds. Hi, Dream Slasher. Just in time to watch me suck. Welcome. There you go, see? But that's unfortunately not the end of the trick. You have to do some pretty precise rolling, and then you face this way. You line yourself up. Alright, see, you have to time a jump slash. It's pretty precise, and you'll end up on a piece of the boat, and you'll be able to side hop into the loading zone, which hopefully I'll be able to show you in a reasonable amount of time. But the roll clip is definitely the hardest part of this trick. And it's something that takes a lot of practice to get used to, and I haven't practiced it a lot. Alright. Okay. I think I did it a little too early that time. Yeah, learning this trick does kind of suck. I think the first time I did it, I had grinded it for an hour. Now that was only once. I didn't get another time for another couple minutes, but yeah, feeling out the roll clips in this game, since it's frame perfect, is pretty difficult, and it separates people who play this game a lot from people who don't play this game a lot. That time it was too early. See, like the more I've done it, even practicing just now, I can get it more frequently. So it's just like a feel out thing. But apparently so is the jump slash afterwards. It's really fulfilling to learn though, like it feels really good when you get it the first time. And there we go. You can jump slash right into the loading zone of the pirate ship, and you can get in without having to watch the long ass cutscene where they tell you the password. We lost a lot of time on that, but it's okay, you know. It's all about the derust. It's all about the derust. Yeah, that scene is ridiculously long. Like, it saves 2 whole minutes over this. Or, doing this saves 2 whole minutes over watching that cutscene. But yeah, I haven't played this game in weeks, and it's showing. And I never really learned how to do this the right way, so I just kind of bootleg it. Ooh. And here we can get the bombs, really. Which just absolutely wreck Forest Haven. I think Forest Haven is just, like... If you hold the right trigger, it'll stop him, it'll bring him to a stop, and then you hold the stick up and down. You move the stick up and down while holding the right trigger. Oh, I should have split. That doesn't matter. Alright, so we lost 2 minutes and 7 seconds, but I still think that we can make that up later on, because there's some other hard tricks. And then from here we'll save warp out, and then we have another super swim coming up. This one is pretty much identical to the first one we saw, but we just use a different piece of the map. Okay, see there, that was a good example of not getting enough speed off of the super swim, and I just didn't hold it long enough in order to make it to the island I wanted to. Well, that's okay, because when you save warp, we can just start right back to where we were. This looks like it should be good. Oh wait. Oh wow, that's actually really close. I don't think I'm gonna make it though. Wow. Unlucky. The super swim glitch is you just build up an item slide into a piece of terrain, and then you save your speed by hitting the left trigger, and then from there you gently move your way into the water, and it'll conserve your speed into there, and then you can use that to get all over the map. Okay, I'm really fucking flying now. I was going very fast. If you could have seen the map on the gamepad, that I wasn't looking up, but I did a stall, which is that crazy flickering that you saw. Basically, if you hold up and slightly to the left on the gamepad, you'll freeze in place essentially by moving back and forth. And basically you can just use that to get your bearings on where you are while sliding, and also slows your speed down to be a little more manageable. And here you do a bomb clip. Okay, that can fight you a little bit from time to time. Alright, cool. Basically, a bomb clip is just when you put a bomb on a ledge and then you attempt to move into it, and since two objects can't occupy the same space at the same time, it just kicks Link back into the terrain, which lets you fall into the map, and you can just swim straight to the loading zone. You know what? I'm gonna show you guys something. So I'm gonna take the extra time to just get the forest water. This is a pretty long cutscene, and we're already red, so I think we're gonna lose even more time on that. Those two failed super swims. I promise there's still time to save. But then again, I could just fuck up the trick I'm talking about as much as I did in my only run that I finished. And here they're just basically telling you that you need to go into the Forsaken Forest and save my dude Makar. There's like no movement tech here. This is all done pretty standard. I won't be doing barrier skip in this run, because that's after you get the Master Sword. But I can show it for people. I was thinking about showing it after the run ends, just to show it off, because it is a very, very beautiful trick. I should have split. I'm gonna go ahead and skip that split because I forgot to split it. Alright, here's another nice little item slide. Normally you'd have to do a bunch of tricks, like puzzles and stuff to get all the way across there. But here we can use an item slide to get across. That obviously wasn't it, but you know, in theory, you get all the way across. Voila. Oh, barrier skip is so nice, man. Watching that meme die was just it felt so good. Like, and especially since it's so easy, it's not even like a fairy hover level difficulty of a trick. Okay, so there I was trying to grab onto the ledge by doing a leaf cancel, but I did it a little too early and I didn't grab the ledge, unfortunately. There we go, that's what it was supposed to look like. It's looking like the trend today is to get nothing on the first try. Oh yeah, I couldn't even imagine being one of the people trying to recreate it. Like once it was known that it's possible. That there you can just item slide across the room and grab the ledge underneath the little thing. What's up? How you doing, Cannibal Jedi? Thanks for stopping by. See, this is what I mean with bombs absolutely breaking Forest Haven. Like, usually you'd have to do puzzles to kill all of these little vine things, but since I have bombs, I could just blow them up, and it's just so much easier than doing it normally. Yeah, I couldn't even imagine staring at your screen at the input viewer just for hours on end just trying to get one trick to work. The breaking of the meme was so worth it though. See that right there, that's a warp pot. You saw me use it in Dragon Roost Cavern. Basically, there's one in the first room, and then that one you're not supposed to have been able to get yet. But for some reason, the leaf blowing properties like go up that ramp, and it lets you be able to uncover it early, which saves a lot of time later on in the run. $200 hours into barrier skip attempts. God bless you. Support our troops, math girl. on the front lines of glitch finding. And here it's just simple item slides across the room. There's a lot of that in this dungeon. Okay. Just some solid, you know, mob trolling. Here we have our here's the mini boss of this dungeon to get the boomerang. That was a really slow fight. Oh, there's an echo? Sorry. I scooted a little closer to my TV, which is just getting kind of loud. Have you ever seen me before? Probably because I've never streamed before. This is the first stream. And I've only ever finished one run, which was 17th out of 16 people. It was like a 416 all dungeons run. Oh shit, that's not the right way. Yeah, when I get a second I'll just turn the TV down because it's up pretty loud right now. Some more item sliding. Now this little trick is nice. It's pretty fun. It saves a lot of time. And it's just fun to watch and do. Cool. Alright, that could have knocked me down, but it didn't, so God bless. But anyway, doing the item slide, you translate your speed all the way down the hallway, and you can avoid doing that whole puzzle. And then that you just build up so much speed up against the wall, you clip right in. Alright, here's a nice little fun way to get through this. That's it, that's that room. That's the last room before the boss room. Wow. Sweet gameplay. Oh man, I never split the boomerang either. This boss is funny. Here I'll show you why I grabbed that forest water earlier. Okay. So normally you'd have to run in here and slice this guy up a little bit, do some nice damage. But if you use the forest water on him, he dies instantly. I like this picture to die instantly. You doing a Pearl's Dungeons Triforce run tomorrow? That sounds like a fun run to watch. I might tune in if I'm not working. Oh, look at that. We saved some time. We saved 10 seconds. I also split that really early as well. Like, I split that a lot earlier than you're supposed to. What do you have to do for Pearl's Dungeons Triforce? Do you have to get... So you just do all the pearls, all the dungeons, and then you do the Triforce quest? Nice. Yeah, barriers, the changes barriers get made is pretty much what got me into this game, because the Triforce quest just turned me off so much. Like, I would never want to run that part of the game. It just seems like so high intensity and stressful, and like, I don't know, I just feel like I wouldn't like it. But then once barrier skip got found, the new all dungeons is right up my alley. Oh, so yeah, yeah, that does sound a lot like Medallion Stone's Trials. My favorite Ocarina of Time is 100%. Like, the tricks in that game just blow my mind. Like the way they can do 100% of that game in 4 hours and some change. Like, that's crazy to me. Just to give you a perspective on how bad I am, the world record got Master Sword 2 minutes ago, I think. Alright, now this trick is pretty crazy. So you have to use Beetle to charge a super swim, and things can get pretty awful. But this is what I was talking about for saving time. And see there, I messed it up that time, and it's not really easily repeatable because once you float away even a little bit, Beetle starts to drive his boat away, and once he does that, you can't use him to do the super swim anymore. And the reason I walk over here for a little bit is because like when he spawns in, the angle that he uses is or the angle that he's at isn't really useful for charging a super swim, so you have to let him move just a little bit and run back into his range. Oh, that was close. I failed this a bunch on the run that's being shown on the splits right now, so we're still saving time on that. Oh, you can just enter Beetle. That makes a lot more sense than save warping. Yeah, and there it didn't build up enough speed. I've been speedrunning for, I think I started in mid-May, so it was early May, so it's been a month and some change, but I had to take a lot of time off because I moved out of college, and I had finals, and then I started working once I moved back home. See there, I splooshed again because I was going too fast and in the wrong direction. Hey, the benefit of being the first to do your category is that you're automatically #1 no matter what your time. So tomorrow if you finish it, we have our world record Triforce whatever run, I forget what you said. But here we have to use this little stone right here to get to one of the triangle islands to place the stones we already have into the pedestals. Starting your own category, it's a nice resume builder, you know, you can say you're a world record holder in something. Alright, so I'm messing this up pretty bad. But this one can get tricky to feel it out. We're still saving time though, I promise you. Oh! Oh, that was Fire Island. I thought I was able to get around it. Alright. That time I entered the water at a bad angle, so it just shot me off into the great beyond. Still saving time though, I promise. We might not be green, but we'll be saving time. Alright, I knew that was too much speed. I don't know why I let that happen. Alright, we're about to focus. We got this. This try right here, guaranteed 100%. What did I even sploosh on? Okay, I'm not exactly sure what happened that time. Okay, we might not be saving time anymore, but it's fine. It's all about the derust. That just wasn't enough speed, so I was able to get back in time. And that also wasn't. See, this rock can be a little tricky depending on where you charge your speed into. There we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. Let's pretend I did it on the first try. And the reason I pulled out the Wind Waker when I got on land is because the Wind Waker automatically sets your speed to 0. So it's a good way to cancel your speed when you're coming up to an island so you don't just slide off of it. And then I'm going to leave the island and then save warp, which is going to take me all the way back to outset, because that's where the boat is. And that's where it thinks I should be when I save warp. And there's just this little sequence here where we gotta go get the blue pearl, and then 2 more super swims to raise the Tower of the Gods. Alright, I'm not sure if there's any more time to save, especially not 2 minutes for the rest of the run, but we're here for the good time, you know? It's our first stream. We're relaxing. This time we're gonna remember to split. Make like a banana. And split. Ha. This is a comedy stream, folks. And then since we were into that cave, we can save warp around to the front of the island and try to get these next 2 super swims done. Okay. That time I accidentally L-targeted while holding down. And that sets your speed to 0. But if I didn't do that, I probably would have had it. See, this is one of the next 2. That was a bit more clean than the first one I tried to do. I just failed that like 7 times. It was more than 7, I think. Do the same thing as before, save warp back to the island. Back to outset. Yeah, so even on the boat, pulling out the Wind Waker sets your speed to 0. So it's also another useful tool. I'm going to save again here just in case I fail some more. Which, let's be honest, is quite likely. Okay, that time I didn't hit the Wind Waker in time, but it's okay because we can loop back around to the island. That time you see that wicked flashing again, but like you see the island flashing in the background, so it's easy. You can you can just pause it until you see it in the background, and then just let go of the control stick. And it'll send you right up onto the island. After this, we go right into the Tower of the Gods, which is the last dungeon until the Master Sword. So we're almost there. Probably be like a really bad time. It'll probably be like 2:15. But it's okay because we are derusting. I don't know how long I've been silent, but sorry for any errant noise. I was just going to get my remote so I could turn the TV down a little bit. Reduce that echo. I think I can genuinely say this is my favorite dungeon in the game. This is probably definitely the one I'm the best at. But there's a lot of cool Cool little tricks in here. Also, one of my favorite tricks in the game that skips. It's not my favorite because it's fun to do, but it's my favorite because it skips a really boring part of the game, which is the first floor of the Tower of the Gods. Just mind-numbingly boring. Grab the wedge. There we go. Never said I was a professional. Since I'm gonna be needing to use the leaf up here, I'm gonna go ahead and search for as much magic as I possibly can. So using this guy, you can clip into the side of the wall and stand up on the other side of that pillar, which is out of bounds. But, I mean, I didn't do it there correctly. But, we'll see in a second. Because, you know, on the day of never getting anything on the first try, why would I get this? For consistency's sake, we're going to go ahead and not get this on the first try. Or the second. But boy, will we get it eventually, I can promise you that. See, that's what that's supposed to look like. And then you line yourself up, do some leaf pumps, and then you land right at the end of the first floor, Tower of the Gods. You should probably explain leaf pumping though. Okay, so when you're holding the leaf and you're gliding with it, you gradually lose height, obviously. It's not like a straight flying thing. But if you hit A and then immediately pull it out, you conserve a lot more height, which lets you travel farther. And in that case, it let me clip into the ground and like get in front of the door, so I could do it, like get past the first floor. And like the faster you open and close and then reopen the leaf, the more height you save. So usually it's like about a frame. And there I accidentally hit left trigger before I charged that. So we're gonna do the safe strat and just walk across, because we're bad at video games. just to remind you, the world record got the Master Sword at about 129, and we're still not there at almost 2 hours. So we got some work to do, but you know. Goonies never say die. Here we're going to learn the command melody, which we're only going to use once until we get the Master Sword, so it's not that important. But later on in the run, you use it on Medley and Makar to do puzzles and stuff. My PB for the whole game is, it's like a 4 hour 16 minute for the entire thing, which is really bad. It's like 16th out of 17th if the list is still the same as it was when I did that. The world record is like 250 something. It might be 240 something now, I don't know. I think it's held by a gymnast. He's like a ridiculously good runner of this game. I mean, I was just going for not last. Oh man, the world record's all the way down to 248? Good lord. So yeah, we're even farther behind the world record, but you know, it's probably fine. Now, who holds the world record for the amount of tricks not done on the first try? Ask him about that guy. So I'm definitely not 17th or 16th on that list. I think we might actually be able to save some time here. Like maybe a lot of time actually. So this fight looks really funny. Basically, you can just chain this guy into oblivion. Supposed to be some sort of master swordsman, but I don't know about all that. Well, that was a gold. So basically a gold split means that's the fastest I've ever done that split. Like the fastest I have ever gone from Neru's Portal to Hero's Bow Wait, what's any percent at now? Oh no, I hit a button on my computer. I just hit spacebar. I have that software set up. Like it's usually set up around like cutscenes and stuff. So like I won't lose any time by reaching a hand over and hitting it. They do have like plugins and stuff that are like auto splitters that do that, but yeah, not this one. Oh my goodness. What a save. What a save. Jesus, any percent's up to down to 130? Good lord. Aren't they looking at something that can save like a huge amount of time too? Like, aren't they trying to do like a cutscene skip for Forsaken Fortress 2? Yeah, 7 minutes. So that has a potential of like just flat out being 123.15 off that trick alone. That's ridiculous. A year ago we didn't even have item sliding. Or we did, by a year like in a day or two. What am I doing? Wow, that was done like the least optimally it could have possibly been done. These keep trolling me. I'm gonna lose my cool. Jesus, some 120 on 80%. Who'd have thunk it would have ever been possible? I've been watching this game in speedrun since I think the first ever speedrun I watched of it was Cosmo at one of the GDQs. So who's ready to see any percent at a GDQ? Who's ready to watch fairy hover attempts for like a half hour? Yeah, I'm so excited for SGDQ, man. The GDQs are like some of the best times of the year. I didn't know Fuzzy, and I did not know about that run. When is ESA? Yeah, I think SGDQ is soon. It's like the first week of July. Okay, July 22nd. I'll definitely be keeping a lookout for that because I love watching Fuzziness and Linkus stream, so that'd be funny. Now, this fight's pretty straightforward. It control you pretty hard, but generally he's kind of nice to me. So thank you, Base Godan. Okay, so you need 8 per cycle on this guy, and I have 10. So I can only afford to miss 2 on this one, or else I'm gonna have to get a snot arrow. Snot arrows are not fun. Alright, well there's one. And there's the second one, so I'm gonna have to get a snot arrow. And that's what I mean. That's what I mean about snot arrows. He just gives you little snot rocket arrows right there. And there we go. Pretty much nothing in between me and the end of the run now. Just a bunch of tech smashing. And then I'll be showing off a little barrier skip afterwards, just for the meme. On the 24th. Well, I never work at 10 a.m., so I'll probably get to watch that. Oh yeah, 2 hours and 15 minutes will definitely be long enough. We won't have to see 100 fairy hover attempts. Definitely not. That's a good video to watch if you want to get your fill on the history of the barrier skip meme. That video chokes me up. It makes me emotional. It's so well made. Oh yeah, normally you'd have to do that Triforce puzzle, but lo and behold, you can just item slide to clip through that statue. Wow. Never take item sliding for granted. Wow. And there it is, folks. My first ever stream featured a 21128 Master Sword. We got room for improvement, folks. Yeah, my favorite byproduct of barrier skip was the I did it video. I did it! I did it! I did a barrier skip! Oh, that's so funny. Could you imagine the excitement?